Hey guys, Stephanie here. Totally missed you. We're crazy. Like the world is going crazy. Anyways, hit that like, subscribe, and share. All right, well, I'm a little caught off guard. One of my cousins just texted me that a family member committed suicide, and I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know. It's kind of got me feeling all sorts of fucked up shit. But anywho, you might hear one of my kids being retarded in the background because they don't respect my boundaries, and when I ask them to be quiet, they can't do it. Or one of my German Shepherds might bust in the door because no matter what time of the day it is, nobody can let me have my time. So, anyways, Boris Johnson has like this huge black eye. I guess he sold out too. Is anybody paying attention? Like, the Haitian assassination and other assassinations are all linked to people who spoke out against Corona virus and the Clinton Foundation. And it's very ironic how Bill Gates bought all this farmland in America. And they were like, well, don't you want to go to space and do the Mars thing? And he's like, no, I love this planet too much. I just want to stay here. I call shenanigans. Shenanigans. People have to understand, okay? Trump was not supposed to be in office. It was supposed to be Hillary Clinton. There was a patent, and fuck, my channel's gonna get deleted for this shit. Oh no. Look, if you don't like what I say or what I think or my opinion, feel free to click off now. Go away. Like, boo, bye. Like, go away. Because there's people out there who deserve to speak. And I find it very ironic how the people of civil rights and civil liberties and justice and equal opportunity and all this, they, tend to not feel that way toward a certain group of people. And, like the White House, all the Cubans are protesting because of lack of vaccines. Oh, really? That's like Venezuela, Oh my gosh. So Clinton was supposed to be in there. All right. When Biden and Obama were in the White House, okay, they spent $635 million to revamp FEMA. They bought $30,000 worth of smart guillotines that recognize your retina. That way, like, say the asylum people fight back, they can't put the people in charge in those smart guillotines because it'll scan your retina and they'll be able to tell who it is and who it isn't. All right. Well, like all these bills that are secretly being passed, like HR 666 and all these other ones, just like in Ohio, I did a video about that, where in New York, they're also passing bills for the unvaccinated to be put in centers because they're a threat to the public. And now we have all these new variants. It's just crazy. I mean, what? These conspiracy theories, they're everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's a conspiracy, conspiracy. And, I'm just like, damn. I don't think, if it's a conspiracy, they usually make fun of it. They don't demonize it, right? So then there's another one. Trump, Speaker of the House, Democrats freaking out. And you always know because, like, on mainstream media, Stephen Colbert and the other lunatic, Don Lemon, and all these other people, they're always talking about how, the right is crazy. People have to wake up to this. It's not about the left or right, it's about humanity. Humanity is literally suffering. Cubans aren't right. These people are literally getting arrested, beaten, children are getting hurt because they have nothing else to lose. At what point will Americans realize you've already lost a lot? For a year, we've been locked down, okay? Some states got a little more, lenient. Some states didn't. Some states had, mass murders. Sorry, COVID deaths in nursing homes that, hey, I can't control it. I'm not going to step down to cancel culture. It's so weird to me. It's like, hmm. You know, you got Branson, who just went off, you know, the Virgin, Branson. I can only say so much, guys. So you got to kind of put it together. And anybody who watches my channel, you understand, you can't say certain things. So this guy can, all these billionaires can go up off into space. I thought we were on a quarantine, lockdown, contact tracing and all that. I mean, are they being tested and vaxxed before they take their ships out there? I mean, we don't want to infect our alien friends. Our alien friends, I mean, we can't do it. I mean, it's very dangerous. We're all going to die. And we know we have all these new variants coming out. And wow, I just think climate change and rocket fuel and all that kind of stuff. And then people dismiss it. They're like, no, it's for humanity. Humanity is literally overdosing, dying, committing suicide, going bankrupt, hopeless, helpless. They're either drunk or stoned. I'm not kidding you. Me and my son were watching Ancient Aliens the other day. And every freaking commercial that comes on is alcohol. And there was a thing with Patron. And my son goes, oh, wait, do you have that in your mini bar? And I'm like, well, yeah, for margaritas. And he's like, I get it, Mom. I get it. And mind you, he's about to be 11. He was like, I understand. Adults need alcohol to deal with all this lockdown stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Then I've told my kids' school a million times, they suck at remote learning. So they decided to just put my daughter on a remote learning after I've already told them that. I'm like, kids have not been in school for a year. Y'all are pushing, pedophilia is normal. Love has no age. Love has no age. I mean, all this dirty, sinister stuff. I mean, it's just so grotesque. It's grotesque. Then you got, knock, knock, who's there? It's your friendly local activist, and we're here because we want to tell you. And they are actually going around in costumes. Like you have, and what's funny though, is because they're using black people to be the activist. I'm sorry, but I think I'm more pissed off for black people than black people are pissed off for themselves. Because to me, it's disgusting. All Democrats have done is create this sick narrative, okay? But guess what? Guess who they vitalize? Just like narcissists. They'll build you up, make you feel like you're the world. Everything is you. You're great. You are amazing. And then they start devaluing you. Just like, people in rural areas. You're way too stupid. I mean, Kinko's, Office Max. What the fuck? Like, where is an Office Max? I haven't seen Office Max in forever. Or a Kinko's. Like, what? In Kamla. It's like, I'm ready for somebody to just like go like that with some water on her to watch her totally combust. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's kind of offensive because, Obama, he gave out all these free phones. So right now you pretty much can just take a picture of anything, upload it, and send it. So I guess us dumb white people and those black people, we ain't got nothing if, politicians or celebrities. It just blows my fucking mind. Blows my mind. And you got someone wearing a coronavirus costume that looks like the coronavirus, like it's round with the little red spikes coming out. And then the other person is wearing a syringe costume. Going around door to door. And guess what communities they're targeting? Minority, poor communities. That is a typical sociopathic, narcissistic move. You make these people think you really care about them. All right? Build them up, make them feel empowered. Then you go after them. That is how sociopaths think. That is strategic. But what Democrats are not strategic about is putting criminal minds in their party, because everybody in the Democratic Party right now, they're Sewell, Swalwell, whatever his name is, with the, Asian wife who works for the Chinese. He was, oh my God, this is so embarrassing for our country. He was shirtless, riding a camel with a black man, pulling his camel, doing a photo op, like, look at me. And I'm thinking, really, dude? Oh my God. Like, wow. This is like, sometimes, I honestly have been thinking about it. Like, you know what? Maybe I should just go get this vaccine so I'll be dumb as everybody else. Because these people are fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. I feel like there's two classes of people right now: the ones who have common sense and logic, and the retards. And it's like the rejects and the retards of society. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't say retard. Short bus special people. They just are automatically, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I'll post something and it's a meme. And people, you read way too much into it. Way too much into it. It's a meme. It's a joke. Take a joke. Laugh about it. For all you delusional leftists who think your life is in danger after you've had 2 vaccines, 2, but you could still catch a virus, does anybody think, that's odd? So, what's the point of the vaccine? I'm not saying don't get the vaccine. They're totally safe. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing to question. Nothing at all. Go get that vaccine. Go get it. But it's just like total fuckery every day around us. You literally have every city and country uprising. America is the last. We're the last ones. And people are just like, I'm just going to order a flavor because, commercial and HEB said they'll deliver wine. Everybody's drunk, stoned, or high. Well, high on other things because, they're legalizing it all, which I think is like kind of probably, sorry guys, I've gained like freaking 10, 12, 13 pounds and it all goes to my boobs. So they're just uncontrollable. Whatever. But it's like at the end of the day, people really have to start using common knowledge and, logic and thinking, where is this going? Because they're like, well, inflation is only temporary. Cubans are, they're not protesting against, the government who is going door to door, pulling boys who are 18 and older out of their houses, like literally military, pulling them out of their houses, forcing them into the military to go against their own citizens. Okay. So, and there's always slippery slopes when you go about things. So for the health, like guys, like I'm saying, I'm all over the place, but I have to be because I can't say things directly for certain reasons. You know that. Well, cheers to that. Cheers, mimosa. Okay, so the government is saying, well, we've spent trillions of dollars on COVID relief. So it is the government's business if you've been vaccinated or not. They have the right to come to your house and harass you. Okay, well, back it up, Buttercup. Tuberculosis, AIDS, all these other things, nobody shut it down. You know what I mean? So the government forced us to go bankrupt, gave out money, and now they're saying, well, because we gave you that money, we have the right to test you. Remember, Hillary was supposed to be in office. They're 4 years behind. Trump pulled back the curtain. Okay? So now they're saying, Democrats, with all the, notice how all the gun violence, like all of a sudden, like all this stuff happened after Biden got in office? And they still won't, denounce Antifa or Black Lives Matter or anything like that because, that's who brings their money in. And let's be real, Antifa is just the Democrats' new KKK and BLM. They're all in it for the money. Demonic fuckers sold their soul. And they're saying, well, with socialized health care now, and people being on the government's health system, Well, gun violence and, accidents and the cost of people shooting each other is costing them a lot of money. So they have the right to regulate and control guns and say who can have them, who can't, extensive background checks, even gun control. And they want to federalize everything, just like the Democrats flee in Texas. They're like, we had to flee. It's so dangerous. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? But they're in a private jet with a case of Miller Lite, like, hey, selfie time. What's up, friend? Ow! It's like, God, you people make me sick. And if you really pay attention to the statistics of what's going on in this country, a lot of people, like, the suicide rate is up hundreds of percents, like hundreds, overdosing, everything. Just imagine if you and your family put like 20 years into a small business and the government locks it down and you go bankrupt. That your whole family loses everything. There's real men out there who don't paint their nails and don't identify as whatever pronoun they're coming out with. That makes absolutely no sense. But, this is the feelings or facts kind of world we're living in, which is, I don't know, totally upside down. Personally, waiting for an alien invasion. I would like aliens to come right now. I would. I'd feel good with that right now. I could do some aliens. Not like do, but I mean, like, it would be way more refreshing than this crap we're dealing with right now. Because, nobody's really calling out the real stuff. And it just bothers me how they're always like, democracy is in threat, or democracy is in threat. Who's the one doing it? Who's the one saying to create violence? Who is the one? And the mainstream media can't even, like, be honest. They can't. They're just fearing people. All the new variants. And I just find it very odd that, you don't know if you have it unless you get tested. And then it's psychosomatic, where you take a test, they say you have something, and then you go home and you Google it, right? Because Google is so trustworthy. You should Google everything. Everything Google says is true. Everything you read on Twitter and other social media that comes from, CNN and, Democrats, that is the truth. I'm telling you, even though we keep figuring out it's not true, it is true because they said it's true. And if you say a fact or have evidence of it not being true, you're an insurrectionist, you're a domestic terrorist, you're a threat to democracy. This is a total takedown of our country, is what it is. Okay? It's like Eric Swalwell with his shirtless camel riding trip, and you got now you have all these jobs coming, right? Think about it. All the new jobs coming up are for FEMA. I actually did a video on this like last year when this virus first came out, how they had like thousands of job openings for contact tracers and disaster areas and stuff like that. Well, gee, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this, but like 80% of the people who the government is hiring are blacks to work for the government. And it's like they're creating this racial war to where they're turning us against each other. Does anybody see how this stuff can be weaponized? To where the government can tell you whether you're a danger to other people? No. Well, see, we have the Constitution to protect ourselves against, just like Germany with Hitler, right? If they didn't have all their shit confiscated, maybe stuff like that wouldn't have happened. Just saying. We have Jemima, with possible grid takedowns, and half the celebrities and Democrats are in bed with them. What else do we have going on? We have, Biden's great re-educate America. We are in our re-education camp. Does anybody notice that? This is our re-education camp via media, celebrities, getting doxxed, getting demonized, being threatened, to be locked up for going into the Capitol when knowing damn well it was an inside job, apparently by conspiracy theorists. They don't get a bond, nothing. They're having to like read these books. They're basically re-educating them, and they have to get vaccinated before they can leave. But you can get a PR bond for murdering someone or beating someone after you've already been out on like 10 other PR bonds for like violent crimes. That makes so much sense, right? Yeah, Lori Lightfoot totally denounced Trump sending help when he was in office. And now, because Biden's there, please come. How dare you? Do you know how many mothers lost their kids? Do you know how many people are suffering? This world right now, it's in the entire world. Australia, they just went on another full down lockdown where only one person can leave for a certain amount of time. Once a week, you can only go like 10 meters outside of your yard. It's like, this is the new world order. This is it. It's here. And people are still just like, fuck Trump, fuck the Republicans. Oh my God. And the sad thing is these kids are so brainwashed. First of all, they don't even know where half the countries are. They don't know what half the Constitution is. They don't know anything. They're just like, oh, well, But nobody talks about, like, the human trafficking, drug trafficking. But don't you worry. Because you know what Border Control did? Do you know what they uncovered? $60,000 worth of eyelashes. Not fentanyl. They got the eyelashes. Wow. Nothing to see here, folks. Just keep on moving. And the one thing that gives me hope, though, seriously, is like when I went on Twitter, younger generations are actually a hell of a lot smarter than we thought they were. And they're seeing the hypocrisy. And they're starting to read the book of Enoch and the book of Revelations and starting to see our real history, like the Egyptians and Roman Empire. What people don't understand is no land was taken nicely. Everything was barbaric. We just have a bunch of coddled, spoiled little brats who can't function. You take their phone away for a day and they have a nervous breakdown. You know what I mean? You have people who aren't going to get their regular medical health care because they're scared of our government, but nobody says anything. I mean, you have people just suffering in mass quantities. Nobody says anything. All the churches in Canada, okay, my last video got deleted for me talking about this, but anyways, just look into all the missing children and all the children's bodies that were being found with connection to all these Catholic schools being burned and Catholic churches being burned that were under investigation in Canada. And like, remember how if you burn a mosque down, or if you even said anything about Islam, oh, you're an Islamophobe, blah, 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 blah. Like Notre Dame got burned down. Nobody says anything. The Vatican is pushing, abortions, all this kind of stuff. Dude, we are living in end times. It's all like the Bible, the book of Enoch, the book of Revelations is basically a handbook for humanity saying, when you start doing this is what's going to happen. Then they come out with an article today saying that, because our climate change is actually being caused by the magnetic pole shifting. Happens every couple thousands of years. And it creates major weather disruption. Same with GPS satellites, with solar flares, all that kind of stuff. But Americans have been so dumbed down, they don't even know that. They really think it's because the cows are farting and people are eating too much meat, or they drive trucks, But if you're a billionaire, You can use your rockets, you can do all that, and that's not going to affect the climate. Not at all. We're good. And then on top of that, you have all these earthquakes, volcano eruptions going on, the Ring of Fire. We're seeing two suns. I mean, we're seeing all these weird anomalies happening. And nothing is by coincidence. Nothing. So for me to go on social media and see that younger generations are like, whoa, this isn't conspiracy. This is real. And an uprising of younger kids, like, hey, we're being lied to. That is kind of hopeful for me because it's like subliminal programming is real. Okay. Just like if you go on to Netflix or Hulu or something like that, they have all this like Notre Dame, like ancient aliens, like how they denied UFOs, then they say yes, they're true, then they deny them again. It's to keep you in cognitive dissonance, to keep you confused, and also to keep you in fear. So you're gonna look for your savior within your government. No, no, no. Nobody can save you except yourself. Okay? Nobody. If anybody's learned anything from any of this, while we're watching the Democrats don't wear masks, they go to dinners, they do whatever they want during lockdowns, get haircuts, do all this kind of stuff, you know. But, big corporations can stay open while they bankrupt everything else unconstitutionally. They're doing it out of fear. But what people don't realize, you have free will. You have the right to contest and say, no, I do not consent to this. If people knew and understood our Constitution and didn't just think, it's racist, it's all racist. No, it's really not. Voting integrity is not racist. Just like Kamala Harris, people, shouldn't, it's hard to prove who you are. Da, da, da. It's word salad. It's to keep you like, huh? What? And literally, when you tell somebody something over and over and over and over and over again, guess what? It becomes their truth. They honestly believe it. Oh, God, it hurts my brain. Just like with the Olympics. Okay? Look, people, there are rules. You can't smoke weed if you want to be in the Olympics. That's it. But what I find odd is that reporters and like all these other people knew her mom died before she did. And you know how like Kanye West and like what was that chick from American Idol? She was a black girl, she was heavier, she lost a bunch of weight. Like remember like her mom and somebody else was killed by her crazy ex-boyfriend. Notice how like there's always death around a lot of these people, like Biden, his wife and son were murdered or killed or something. Like if you conspiracy, I'm just saying these are my conspiracy theories that I think about. Not saying it's right or wrong, just saying I just find it odd that, a lot of these people have very close people to them die and they become famous. And I mean, it's just disgusting. Nobody talks about 8 million kids disappearing every year, about kids being found, human trafficking. I actually saw a picture today of a baby who is pretty much like underwater and dead in here in the Texas border. And that hurts my heart. It's like we had AOC, we had all these people do all this dramatic stuff over life and no, look at you, you don't care about people. But now you're just like shipping them off into other cities because you want votes. Another interesting fact. Okay, why all of a sudden is Florida having like all these major flights going to Gitmo? And I'm telling you right now, this door-to-door shit bill, HR 6666, it null and voided our HIPAA rights, our laws, everything. We have no more rights. People, it's not about the party. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, because honestly, right now, I don't choose either. I don't. Trump had 4 years. He's going around to be the Speaker of the House, this and that. Yeah. But in the meantime, people are really suffering. People are committing suicide, they're dying, like all this crazy stuff. Nobody says anything about that. It's all politics, it's all about money. Money, 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 money. And you don't hear Bernie Sanders saying anything about the stuff in Cuba, like in Venezuela. It was all communist, socialist. They're all starving to death. The reason they're in the streets with the American flag demanding freedom is because nobody in this country appreciates the fucking freedom they have. Spoiled little dicks. You go around with iPhones and Jordans and we're so oppressed. No, you're not. You're not. Go to a third world country. Go over there. Tell me how it is. Tell me how it goes. I mean, just like with the 4th of July, you got people, talking mad crap about how nobody's free. Yeah, people aren't free, but it ain't black people and it ain't just white people. It's a two-tier system. Certain people are free if you're on a certain level or if you're connected in a certain way. The others, you're just fucked, dude. And then I see all these commercials for Amazon. They're like, I used to just be, the boxer and a delivery person, but Amazon paid for my school and now I'm a nurse. So, do you guys get it? Like, certain corporations, like Bill Gates buying all the farmland, making synthetic meat, demonizing everything. Elon Musk sells all of his property and lives in a $50,000 teeny tiny whatever little house, but they're all going to space. We have Chinese and other countries coming together to learn how to prevent a cataclysmic asteroid from hitting Earth. It's weird because they don't get along with anything else. Another fun fact is that Antarctica basically has a treaty between all countries. All countries agreed that nobody's going to fight over that land, right? Antarctica. But we can't even get them to keep their own people in their own country. I mean, my God, people, it is way bigger. Like, read the Book of Enoch, Book of Revelations, all that kind of stuff. People have been talking about like Yellowstone and stuff like that. Okay, if you actually pay attention, the level of like methane and stuff like that is actually seriously increasing at like dangerous levels. Okay, the magma is rising. We're watching the Ring of Fire. We're watching all of this stuff play out. All of it. Earthquakes, everything. It's very depressing. But I say hang in there because oh my God. Okay, I'm just going to say this. And actually, I was actually happy. One of my friends on Instagram. Oh, actually, you should follow me on Instagram. Stephanie Ann Scanlon. I'll put it in the link or whatever. But she was talking about this, and she keeps getting all of her videos taken down and cut off. But I think it's weird though, because in like California, they have the gay choir saying they're going to convert your kids. That's okay. That totally okay. Totally okay. Totally okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing to see here. Everything's great. But okay, let me see where I got her screenshot. You know what? Hold on, let me just go to it. Damn it. It's one of her older videos. Hold on. Basically, they keep pushing this vaccine stuff, and just like how they got Jews in, these camps, and how Biden dismisses all the Muslims and the Uyghurs, in these camps, and those countries should be able to run their own country. Well, that's weird. Should Americans be able to run their own country? Because it seems like Jemima is running it. And, even worse. Oh, I totally forgot about this. Okay, you know how they keep... I totally forgot about this, but it's so disturbing. The United Nations peacekeepers are 82% Chinese. And we have Democrats and all these activists calling for the UN to come in to our country and confiscate guns because, gun violence, all that. Do y'all get it yet? I mean, I can only say so much. But I mean, I'm not magnetized. I'm RH negative, so I can't be cloned or my DNA can't be manipulated. But when I saw her, because I've been telling people about these FEMA camps forever. Remember, they're 4 years behind. They didn't spend $645 million in smart guillotines and mass graves and all this for nothing. People think it's a conspiracy. Really? Sure? Are you sure? I don't know. Stranger things can happen. But, when you got a government going door to door on, vaccinating people in costumes and making it seem like it's one big fucking party, you have to honestly use some common goddamn sense. Common sense. Is this normal? If this happened under Trump, what would have happened? And honestly, right now, I'm on the fence with Trump. I honestly just think he's another puppet who pulled back the curtain to wake up humanity. Humanity's screwed. And sometimes I wish I wasn't. Sometimes I wish I could be like, stupid like them. But then again, no, I wouldn't. Because you have people thinking like the earth is flat. And there's this chick who did an interview saying that her uncle, was on a boat and he went like 3 miles past the marker and they never found him again. And she's convinced he sailed off the edge of the earth into space. Woo! That's good. That's rich. I'm just like, oh my God. And then all I keep seeing is commercials for private schools with real education. So no critical race theory, none of that kind of stuff. I don't know. When you got teenagers having strokes from vaccines and they're having inflammation of the heart palpitations, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. You really have to understand that you have to put all the bullshit aside right now, whether you like a certain group or not. It's us against them. We're casualties. Look at Florida. Look at that building that got, because water damage and it was unkept, which is funny because, you had McPhee who lived there. It just fell down. Nothing to see here. It's like it happens like that all the time. It's like coincidence, nothing to see. Just like all these people being assassinated who spoke out against the Clinton Foundation. I really think that Obama is the Antichrist. I really do. I truly do. I really do. Hold on. Let me see what else I missed. I think I pretty much covered a lot, just like off the top of my head, of things that like I've been reading. But it's just, I don't get it. Like, I know people are scared of their lives, because they don't want to be Hillaried. I mean, who wants to be Hillaried? Nobody wants to be Hillaried. But at the same time, it's like, what do we have to lose? Really? I mean, I know as conservatives and us truth seekers and stuff, dude, we'll have so much fun in FEMA camps because we can joke, we can like have fun, get along, like we're not the weird rejects of society who think that a trans man who is has a uterus, you're not a man. You have a uterus and you got pregnant. You're a glorified drag queen, basically. Okay? But, period. No taxpayer should have to pay for someone's sex change or their hormones or their abortions. That's on you. Nobody should have to pay for any of your crap. Do it like everybody else did. Work your ass off. And instead of bigger government, how about smaller government? And you get taxed less. Inflation is pissing me off. So is gas. I am done with it. And that's... I don't know. But I'm going to tell you guys right now. Like, in Cuba, and all these other countries, like they did in Iran and Israel and all that. When all this stuff was going on, when people were uprising, they cut off the internet. Okay, well, now they have all these threats of, solar flares, which, I mean, is happening. It's just the world cycle. It's not climate change, it's the world cycle. If you look at ancient history, you would know that. But nobody teaches ancient history. They just teach you everything's racist. Everything's racist. Damn the white man. Oh, wow. And I'm just like, what a time to be alive, right? Because I didn't sign up for this shit. I had plans. These people totally cock blocked me. I had plans. I had a goal of where I wanted to be at a certain time. And I got to deal with this dumb shit. And I'm like, really? Really? God has a sixth sense of humor. But, freedom of speech, all that, you can't take it for granted. And when you have people who are like, fuck your freedom, just wear your mask and get your vaccine so we can all go back to normal. We're not going back to normal. There is no normal. We're in a war that people don't even realize we're in. So for like people like me and other YouTubers, it's like it's like at first I used to get like really crunk about this kind of stuff and I would be like, yeah. And now I'm just like, God, I just have to laugh about it because no matter what you say, it's like you could be talking about something and they'll be like, well, Trump. I'm like, Trump had nothing to do with it. Like, it's just like Forrest Gump land. Like, everybody rode the fucking short bus or they fell out of the dumb fucking tree and hit every dumbass branch on the way down. And it's like, people more right-leaning tend to be more smart than the leftist leaning. So it's kind of like the inmates in the asylum are running the show. And not only that, but it's like it's not like conservatives. I would just say people who have common sense, who think for themselves, and they don't fucking care what people think. I don't care what people think. Say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck. Because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If you don't like somebody for their beliefs, move on. Who cares? Does it affect your personal life? No. Why are you letting somebody else control your emotions? Why does everybody take everything so personally? Focus on you. Program says work on self. Work on you. Why are you letting everybody else control your emotions and your feelings and all this? It's because these are the people that were rejected by the cool kids, the popular kids, and all that kind of shit growing up. So now the freaks have a little bit of power and control. And they're like, we just want to be treated equally. No, because everything you want goes against equality. My God. If we end up in FEMA camps, party on my block. But honestly, I've been having dreams about this kind of stuff and it's coming. And I believe, honestly, just like Tim Pool and all these other YouTubers, like Tim Pool's a sellout. He goes on Twitter. He's like, I don't see anything wrong with vaccine. Yeah, because you sold out too. You're like, he's a sellout too. Like real people, like man up, nut up. I'm a female and I'm saying enough. I'm fed up. How much more can people take? I don't think much more. And I think we're getting to that point. Especially, when you have a president who literally talks like this. We as America, we need to get all of our donkeys at least one cupcake a day. That way Santa Claus can fill your stocking with Easter Bunny eggs. I mean, that's literally how Biden talks. And people are just like, he's so great. He's like the best. He got the most votes ever. But we all know it's Obama behind the scene. And like, God... Ugh. Like, can't these demonic fucks just shoot themselves up into Mars already and leave us alone? We know there's geoengineering, bio-warfare everywhere. So you can either be the dumbass who sticks your head in the sand and is like, which way to go, George? Which way to go? Or just shut the fuck up and leave people like me and everybody else alone for speaking our goddamn mind. I speak my opinion because this shit is disturbing. When you have grown men, I'm going to show you something. In London right now, drag story hour, They got this goofy looking dude. Oh my gosh. He's got a dildo outside of his little whatever outfit it is he's wearing. And it's just like, really, dude? Really? What kind of parent does that? Like, who does that? Like, that's just disgusting. It's like so nasty. Like, ugh. I don't know if you can see it. Yep. That's what they're teaching your kids. And with the LGBTQ alphabet community, they're adding a P to it for because half the people that go to the Grove and all that, and all the other ones do spirit cooking, satanic, those conspiracies, they eat babies. But they're literally finding babies alive in meat carcasses over our border in the South. But that's not a threat. What we need to worry about is illegal eyelashes and purses. I'm sorry, but to me it's like, wow. Like the disconnect and the fact that nobody can just accept one another for thinking differently. Like we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to fight over it. Like growing up, we didn't look at each other with skin. We were just having fun, And I honestly think technology is the beast. It really is. It is the beast. And now, people don't want to go back to work because they get more in a check. Bring on the robots. That's next. Robot war. We're going to be like Terminator. Sound off. It's going to be unreal. Like, vax that ass up, I just... So, honestly, I mean, if that asteroid were to hit us, that might not be bad. Yellowstone eruption might not be all that bad, depending on where you live. But, I mean, seriously, people are suffering. These politicians, they don't give a damn. They keep claiming it's the white man, but Don Lemon with a white man. Kamala, white man. Like, they're all with white people. But we're the threat. And you have transracial. Oh my God, dude. It's like never ending stupid. Like never ending stupid. It's something in the water, I'm telling you. And it's like you're seeing all these people out there twerking on cars, on doing all this dumb stuff. It's like, what is in that vaccine? What's in it? Because they got all these 5G towers going up in the inner cities where they're doing these mass vaccinations. That is a conspiracy theory. Don't believe me. It's a conspiracy theory from the right. Those evil, right-wing, Trump-loving conspiracy theorists. Just like the Democrats. Let's get us. We are in such danger. We got to flee. But first, before we go on our private jets and climate change, because climate lockdowns are coming in November. COVID was such a precedence, for reducing CO2 emissions that the UK, London, all them, in August, they're going to start climate lockdowns next. Not COVID, climate. And it's coming to America soon. And so anybody who doubts me and they're like, oh my God, you're so crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. Dude, go back to the very beginning of my channel and start watching my videos. Because everything that I said was going to happen is happening right now. I'm just pissed. I didn't get another 4 years of Trump to where I was able to make money to be able to buy my underground mansion and my bunker to get away from these crazy people. So, anywho, the FBI is saying now they're, very concerned about free thinking, and they have an anonymous tip line where if you think your family members and your friend or anybody you associate with is a free thinking radical, report them. Because FEMA camps open for business. What? Chicka. It's coming. I'm telling you. I hate it and I hate it and I hate it. But man, I'm telling you guys, you know what? Make amends with people who you've had a fallout with over petty things. Appreciate the small things in life. Enjoy life right now. Enjoy it. Have fun. Just do what's right. Don't go against the grain. Be outspoken, do what's right, be the bigger person, and don't stoop to their level. But enjoy your life. Because right now, time is running short. I don't know how to put it to where it's not worthy of deleting my video. Because it's like so fucking hard to talk on here. And that's what I hate. Like, I'm a very blunt, unfiltered person. Why can't I say whatever I want to say? Why do I have somebody tell me, oh, that's not right? No, you're disinformation. Who says disinformation? The people spreading disinformation? Do you know that majority of the people who are fact checkers work for military force? Oh my God, not going there. Conspiracy theory. It's all conspiracy theory. Guys, go get that vaccine. You need it to live. Go get it now. Go get it. Because you're killing everybody around you if you don't get it. Even though scientists, and it's even on Google, I screenshotted it. They're saying you can have 2 vaccines. You can have 2 of them. 2 whole vaccines. And guess what? Oh my God. They're screwing with my Instagram. Sorry. I just got a bunch of new followers. And then somebody posted like this whole paragraph. But actually, it's my friend. This is her name, honestly. Let me like zoom in on it.
Cell phones. Class 2B carcinogen. World Health Organization. 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, me and her are on the same wavelength because they're targeting people. Okay, nobody believes me when I said like rife frequencies and all that. If you go on Robinhood, with acoustic healing sound therapy, they're already doing it. It's hidden technology. The ancients used to use this technology. You can heal yourself. Royal Rife, Royal Royal Rife, RIF, Rife frequencies. You can listen to them and they shatter cancer. You can listen to frequencies because we are mainly water. So what mainly causes illnesses within people is stress and environmental factors. So there are certain frequencies that can disrupt those cancers and those illnesses to make you well again. But they've been hiding this technology from us. Go on Robinhood, look up therapeutic sound therapy and stuff like that. Get stock in it now because it's going to blow up like big. Because I actually was diagnosed with like precancerous stuff. And I did all this stuff to like decalcify my pineal gland. Not penile. God, why do I say pineal gland. And there's certain foods you can eat. I mean, it's just about your environment. I started meditating, reducing my stress. Actually, I started feeling a lot better, looking a lot better. Everything around you, everything sprayed in the skies, all of it into our food. Just like deodorant has aluminum in it. We've been dumbed down. Major pharmaceutical companies make money by how? Keeping us sick. And all these ancient civilizations they find that have building that is actually building for acoustic sounds is because that was healing. Not only that, you can do telepathy, you can teleport. I know that sounds crazy, but whatever. In a year from now, somebody will be like, damn, she was right. Yes, go on Robinhood, start looking up stock for like sound therapy, rife frequencies, because this is how the elites cure themselves. That's why like these old motherfuckers never die, but we're dying at like 20 something from natural causes after our second shot. Anyways, guys, I'm telling you, stay alert, stay vigilant, and make sure you know that there's a bunch of threats toward our grid. So make sure you have some supplies. It's always best because like I live in Texas, right outside of Houston, Sugar Land. And we get hurricanes, we get all sorts of crazy stuff. It's always good to have extra medication, like extra stuff, because you never know what's going to happen. And unfortunately, people have become so codependent on the government, they forgot that you're grown and you have free will and you kind of should be taking care of yourself. you should have a plan if something happens to take care of you and your children and your family. It's common sense. My God, the Kardashians are not going to come get you and put you on their yacht and go sailing. It's common sense. Like, think future. Think about the future. Forget about the past. Forget about all this nonsense with the left and the right. And remember, it's for humanity right now because we are under attack. And it's way deeper. Read the Book of Enoch. Go and research real shit, not all this propaganda. Anyways, guys, I've been going on forever. It's already almost an hour. Love you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Bye.